Good day, everyone. How's everybody doing this time coming? So I hope everybody's doing pretty good so far. It's we are getting closer to the end of the month for this July. So August, it's almost here. So kids are getting ready to go back to school, and they are getting ready to learn new things, is where they can go in a new world. To just keep studying, keep believing yourself, and you will be able to explore new things all around you, so you can be a successful leader in life. Well, as you all know, my life has been completely changed, and ever since I started, working at that new company, because God says, your life has been completely changed, and you are stepping up in your game, and just because just because we have a whole new set of meaning that will take you into a beautiful transition. Where you are at this time. Okay? Just remember, always, keep shining, because, your day is going to be much more brilliant, Just imagine how we can live in a different way to, get us some, food, clothing, shelter. We all have typical stuff here in this area, and yes, no matter, even though when I'm going through some even though when I'm having a bad day going on, I talk to and I talked to God and said, you know what, don't worry, Christian, everything's gonna be all right. Your life it's gonna change, and yeah, I pray to God, things aren't going perfect for me, but I'm human, because we have to make sure that we need to, keep doing what we're doing. Time will fly. Just remember, you do not have to worry that bad people undes- undeserves you, for, for being unforgivable, you know. And that, because, life is pretty short, because, we have to make sure that, we just gotta, change our ways, not to get angry with your parents, especially yourself, because you want to have more respect, not just you, but everybody in this world. We gotta work ourselves entirely in this manner. Okay. Just remember that whenever gonna be in a relationship with someone, either he or she is having a bad day, even though when your loved ones are not perfect, I would definitely just tell her and say, hey, I'm sorry, the way I'm sorry, for not trusting you, because I know we made a lot of mistakes, we have to just to forgive ourselves, and especially God, because he's the one gonna forgive everything, that we learn our mistakes. Continue to grow spiritually as well. All right. And because today is a great day to come out here, get your body changed for today, because that's exactly what I'm doing normally, coming out here every day, having what's to do in my heart. Remember, and speak from your body and speak with your mind. That's the 3 things that you need to say. Speak from your body, minds, and hearts, and your life will definitely gonna change forever. Okay? So, and yes, well, anyway, I'm really happy you did the right thing. You don't give anybody people's money. And God is very proud for your honesty. Because the truth is gonna set you free. And even though if anybody keeps telling lies about themselves, they are never going to change, because I've changed completely, doing a great job so I can move forward, figuring out what other days I can work, and so we will see what happens eventually, so I can make real money to that, so Yeah, and that's a huge blessing from God, you know. Even though he's telling you, you know, whenever you come up, he tells you, can you come? And I said, yes, and I'll accept that, you know. Because, you know, because you have finally passed it through there, you know. Okay? So just, you know, and besides, you know, keep getting these opportunities, because, you know, you're going to continue to do a great job, you know. Because, you know, even though if I'm seeing, you know, parents, you know, with their children who, you know, who are sick, you know, they have been dealing with illnesses, and, you know, and please continue to pray for everybody who, you know, who needs healing, who needs you know, so we can get back to our normal lives, and, you know, start completely fresh. So we can be healed forever. Okay? Just remember that you know, you're you know, you're not a bad person. You're such a great guy. And I really appreciate that. Okay? Well, anyway, I just wanted to say thank you very much for everything, you know, because remember, time will go fast. Time will tell. So it will get you in the right place. And you won't have to worry about, you know, going back to that old company where you was, you know. So, and I really appreciate that. All right. So anyway, I just want to say thank you very much for that. I hope you all having a amazing day, you know. So teachers are getting ready to come back to work, hopefully next week. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. All right. So yeah, have an outstanding day, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank you, and much blessings to everybody.